Hello friends, this is Satvinder Bhatia from Sukhmani Immigration Services, Brampton, Canada. I'm a regulated and licensed Canadian immigration consultant. Today, I'll be sharing with you a very easy path to get to the PR, and that is available in the Express Entry. What is the path? What is the way? I'll be sharing entire details with you. But before that, small request, if you are new to the channel and have not subscribed yet, please do consider subscribing. We talk a lot about Canadian immigration, news, update, tips, tricks on this channel. If you like the video, please share it with your family and friends so that they can also benefit. Please press the bell icon so this video comes to you immediately when we upload. Just remember one single thing. This channel is dedicated to Canadian immigration. Anything happening on Canadian immigration, you will get it here. So with that, let's start a very important pathway to PR under Express Entry, which is PSW. So PSW, Personal Support Worker, is an easy PR. Even if you have low CRS, you can get a PR in the Express Entry. How? I will let you know everything. And before I go into the details of the video, I have to show you something very important. This is from the Government of Ontario website, right here with you. So if you see from the Ontario government website, Personal Support Worker, PSW, and I will share the link also in the video description so that you can also go into this link. So Personal Support Worker, by 2026, there is a requirement of 24,000 new PSW workers. 24,000 PSW workers are required as per the Government of Ontario. And you can get a PSW training and certification in less than 5 months. So I would say 6 months, not 5, because here it is definitely written 5 months, but you take time so you can complete within 6 months. And there is an incentive of 25,000, more than 25,000 available. So you can get this incentive also. So all this will be sharing with you. Let us see, there are some videos which are available, small videos, 2 minute, 3 minute, which are more or less, they are promoting a college of PSW, or small videos where they are criticizing or liking, but nobody has provided the complete information. In this video, you will be getting the complete information, and what I am covering, I'll be sharing with you. So I will be covering the background. I'll be covering what is the role of PSW, how can you become a PSW, what is the education and training you need, what is the certification required, what is the experience you need, what is the job setting, where you work, what kind of place you work. So pay rate and career progression, and differences between PSW and home support worker. I get this question many times, that what is the difference between a caregiver, home support worker caregiver, and a PSW. So I will be sharing these differences here. And lastly, how you qualify in Express Entry and how you can get your PR in Express Entry. So all this, let's get started with the background. So background, you know that Express Entry is basically divided into two components, the federal component and the provincial component. Under the federal component, you have three parts, which is FSW, CEC, and FST. Under the provincial, you have PNP. So this was earlier. But in May 2023, so IRCC announced that they are additionally putting 6 categories. And that's how the category-based system came into picture. And what we need to know is which category. This comes into the healthcare category. Now, we need to understand in the healthcare category, number of draws, how many draws are coming, what is the ITA, the quantity of ITTA, and the CRS, the cutoff CRS. So these three things are very important. Let us see the number of draws first. So number of draws in 2024, 12 category based draws are done. Out of 12, 6 are French and 2 draws are for healthcare. So if we graphically look at this picture, you can understand more easily that 6 draws for French, 2 for which are for healthcare. Rest everything one draw. So this is the number of draws. Now let us look at the CRS and the number of ITAs. So if you look at the ITAs and the CRS in 2024, 2 draws happened, and these 2 draws are on 5th July and 14th February. Here are the details. So total 7,250 people were invited. 7,250 people were invited, and look at the CRS. CRS is less than 450. 422, 445. Right here, the numbers are there. So this is the background, that this is a great sector. If you are into this sector, you can easily get your PR. Now, question is, what PSW do? What is their role? Now, PSW basically assist people who are aging population or who are suffering from any kind of illness, terminal illness, or they are having any kind of disability. So Canada itself has a very big, huge aging population. That is why such a high requirement of PSW is there. Now, key responsibilities include assisting with personal care, like bathing, like feeding. So supporting mobility and transfer, how you can move and how you can transfer from bed to wheelchair. So this is transfers, and helping with feeding, or in providing emotional support. This is very, very important. And administering medications, whether it is any kind of oral medications or injectables, and monitoring as well as reporting the changes, like taking temperature, and if there are any diabetes, taking all this information, reporting it to the doctors or nurses. So this is all their job is. This is the job or duties of a personal support worker. So now, how do you become a PSW? To become a PSW, you basically need 3 things. One is education, the second is certification, and the third is the practical experience. So when we talk about education, let's see in more detail. So education, the basic education which you need is grade 12, and after that you need a certificate. A certificate in PSW program, so you can get that certificate. I am not promoting any college, any university, any kind of campus. There are different colleges, different universities which help you to get the PSW certificate. The certificate can be from 6 months to 1 year. It depends. 6 months to 1 year. So some colleges offer accelerated or fast paced certificate, you can complete in less than 6 months, and some offer regular, which can go up to 1 year. So personal care techniques you learn in this. You learn the basic health care, you learn the communication, and of course safety and emergency procedures. So all these you learn as a part of this education. Now it comes to certification and registration. So depends which province you are. For example, in Ontario, it's not mandatory. Let me put very, very clearly, it is not mandatory to have a certification. So for example, if somebody is a trained nurse, somebody is coming, she has done BSc nursing, or she has done A&M nursing, GNM nursing, and she is here in Ontario, so she can straight away apply for PSW. But if you do the certificate and you clear the exam, NAC exam, it is called NAAC. So that exam, if you clear it, you can become a PSW, because in interview, they will definitely ask you, have you done NAC certification? And British Columbia, it is mandatory registration with BC Care Aid and Community Health Worker registration is required. So in addition to the certificate, you also need a first aid and as well as a CPR certificate. So this is every place you will going to get the same question. Have you done first aid? Have you done CPR? And since you are working in the hospital environment, you are working in the long term care, you need a vulnerability check or police clearance certificate here in Ontario. So these are some of the certificate and trainings you are required for you. And now let us move on to experience and skills. So experience, clinical experience, as well as on the job experience. So let me first talk about the on the job. So what happens, most of the colleges, most of the institution which provide you this certification, they are connected to either one or two hospitals, long-term care, where students can go and get the experience, the real life experience. So in addition, hands-on experience, when you work, you will get the clinical experience. Plus, over a period of time, you learn skills and skill development happens. Now, let's see the job setting. This is very, very important because this is what makes the difference. This job setting is in either long-term care, LTC, long-term care, or this is in hospitals, or this is in rehabilitation centers, or this is in palliative care, which are hospice. So palliative care facilities or community healthcare centers. So this is the location. Remember, remember, this is not in the home. Client's home, PSW do not. That's the basic difference. So this is in the setting, a hospital setting, nursing home, long-term care, that's where it is. And we'll take more differences. So pay rate. The pay rate depends in which province you are working. It is from $18 to $25. The starting salary is there. And over a period of time, you can go to the level of a supervisor or manager, and you can, you can be in, put yourself in the specialized areas, because certain types of hospices require certain specialized skills. So that's extra you can learn over a period of time. So that is about the career and the pay rate. Now this part is very, very important because nobody has touched it ever. This part is differences between PSW and nanny caregiver. I have been asked so many times what is the difference between nanny caregiver and PSW. So PSW versus home support worker. PSW is a tier 3, whereas home support worker is tier 4. Basic difference. The code for PSW, knock code or tier code, whatever you want to say, the tier code is 33102, whereas for home support worker 44101. Now, since PSW is tier 3, it qualify in the express entry, whereas home support worker do not qualify in the express entry. You can get home support worker PR through nanny caregiver program. And here the job setting is nursing home, whereas in home support worker the job setting is client's home. Certification is needed in PSW, whereas it is not required in case of home support worker. Pay rate is higher in PSW, whereas under home support worker usually lower than PSW. So all this information. Now, how do you qualify in express entry? So in express entry, this is a tier 3 job. So tier 3 qualifies in express entry, number 1. It comes under healthcare category, number 2. Healthcare category, you know that CRS is less than 450. So very high chances. This is the second most frequent category. You can see the data. Second highest number of ITAs came under this category. French, number 1, followed by healthcare. There is no study permit or PGWP required. So what happens, like I get this question many times. I am on a postgraduate work permit. Can I do PSW? Yes, you can do. You do not need any kind of special study permit for this. So no study permit actually required for this. So because this is less than 6 months, this is less than 6 months, you do not require technically a study permit for this. and you can do it on the PGWP also. Postgraduate work permit, you can work and you can do the studies alongside also. And lastly, I always say even the visitors who come to Canada can do PSW certification, because you get a 6 months entry and you do not need a study permit for this. You can still do PSW certification. So this is all information about the PSW and express entry. So I always say each case is different, each situation is different, everyone's goal is different, everyone's case is different. You need to discuss your case with us, more than welcome. You can book an appointment with us, any type of case, express entry, PNP, OINP, or any different type of refusals, or any kind of refugee or asylum cases. You can reach out to us. And one thing which I wanted to tell you is we have one and one only office in Brampton. Address, email ID, phone number, everything is shared right here with you. Very important. If you have still not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe, because our team puts lots of effort just for getting your subscription. So please do subscribe. It will be a moral boost for us. Thank you very much for watching the video. Thanks.